Right, starting on control gear. On the bottom right you can see a changeover switch, 60 amps. These can be quite expensive if you look around. I managed to get one at a wholesaler for about 60 quid. That's a really big Igor switch, as I call it. The next thing, if you notice also next to it, there's actually fuses. I've got some really big fuses on there, 60 amp fuses. Might be a little bit over capacity, but it's better to be fused than not. I've got a battery isolator switch on the top right hand corner, which I got for 8 quid off eBay. Not bad. I've also got an amp meter, as you can see, and there's the generator going at the moment. So it's spinning, that's producing some power at the moment. So the wind's got up today. And on the other side you've got a Xantix C60 charge controller. I paid about 110 quid for it rather than 200. I got it from the States. I've also utilising not this. That was to actually balance the blades on the actual turbine. Output to a heater on the floor, which is my dump load. I'm running 1000 watts on that because I think the 2000 is too much. 1000 watts at 12 volts is about 88 amps. Should handle it. Should be no problem. My other things I've got at the moment, I'm running a pure sine wave inverter, which I actually got from the shop I work for. I actually got it trade at about 50 quid. They sell for about 100. This is only a 300 watt one, but they tend to be big, but they put out pure electricity, good enough for the national grid. My battery bank, picked up a load of batteries off eBay. These are actually UASA Endurance High Duty Cycle 6 volt batteries. Each one is 100 amp hours, so a pair of them is 200. But that isn't the lot of them. I've actually got 10 of them, as you can see on the floor. I've got another load of them. I've got 8 more under the actual cabinet there. These are very, very heavy and should not be confused with car batteries, because they've got a lifespan of about 10 years. So even if these are half used, still got 5 years use out of them. At the moment, my solar panels are putting out about 2 amps in the sun. Seem to be doing quite well. I'm also testing at the minute LED bulbs, as you can see from there. That's 1.6 watts on that. So it could be quite interesting to see what it does. As you can see, there's a few wires need tidying up around here, but if it was later on I do plug it in permanently, that'll all be sorted out and cleaned up and everything. But the most important thing out of this whole setup is probably the charge controller, because you need one. If the batteries overcharge, you've got to damage the batteries and ruin them very quickly. The charge controller will do a lot of things. My little 2 panels are kicking out nearly 2 amps, which is doing particularly well. And the batteries are holding steady at, well, 12.5 volts. Not bad. This is a little update of Homebrew Power on the Go. It's not free, but it would be over time. I need some more solar panels. I'm making some amends to get some. Sorry for going it's quite funny really. When you're on camera you don't think of things like that. If you buy a standard inverter, they put out noisy electricity. So next thing you got to do, you got to buy yourself a good inverter. They can be up to 200 quid for a high current one, because they only make big ones. I'll speak to you later. I'm signing off for the moment. Going back to the sun, because it's a nice day out here. Bye bye.